Okay, in this video lecture, I'm going to talk about what are protists, and I'm going to actually take the section and divide it into two parts. We are starting a brand new chapter. It is titled Protists and Fungi. So the first section is about protists, and then the second section is about fungi. It's a relatively short chapter, so let's just get to it. So there are different types of protists, and I'm going to list at least 4 different types and then talk about how they compare. And then we'll talk about why are they beneficial in a different lecture. So a protist is a eukaryotic organism, and they have a membrane-bound nucleus. In my college biology class, a protist is basically, if it's not a true plant, a true animal, or a true fungi, and it's eukaryotic, then it's considered a protist. So this is a kingdom that is made up by us for convenience, because maybe they're not 100% plants, maybe they're not 100% animals, they're missing the check marks as to what categorizes them as plants, animals, or fungi, and so we make up this kingdom called Protista, and Protista is, protist. So they are very diverse, and they have a lot of different adaptations in order to get food. Some are photosynthetic, some are animal-like, but they do share some characteristics with plants, animals, or fungi, but we just can't categorize them with them because they don't meet all the requirements. So reproduction by protists is mostly asexual, and so remember, with asexual reproduction, it's one parent split into 2. So the offsprings are clones to the parents, and if they reproduce asexually, they can reproduce very quickly. It doesn't take them long to split into 2. Some reproduce sexually, so that means that we need 2 parents. Obviously, this is going to take a little bit more time because 2 parents, need to meet and then, exchange gametes for sexual reproduction to occur. So the classification of protists, your book breaks it down into 3: plant-like protist, animal-like protist, and fungus-like protist. And so plant-like means that they make their own food. They can be unicellular or multicellular. Animal-like means that they will eat other organisms for food, and they can be microscopic or unicellular. And then fungus-like, they basically break down organic matter, so they're decomposers, and most of them are multicellular. So the plant-like protists, there are 4 of them that you need to know. So the first one here is called diatoms, and they are microscopic. You find them a lot in pond water. They have this hard outer shell that's made of silica or glass, and they are very common, very, very common in lakes and ponds. Dinoflagellates, dino means to twirl, and it's got 2 flagellas, and so they're unicellular, they have a flagella, and they spin and twirl or whirl in their environments. Euglenoids are depicted here, unicellular plant-like. Notice they're green. They have pigments of chlorophyll to do photosynthesis. They have an organelle called the pellicell and eye spots so they can detect light. And then finally, algae. They can be unicellular or multicellular. No true roots, okay? So that's why they're not considered true plants. But they do have a substance called holdfast that helps them cement or anchor themselves to substrates or surfaces. The importance of algae is that it does provide food for a lot of different organisms, and we actually use algae derivatives in our food production as well, and shelter for aquatic creatures. Algae also help remove pollution from water, but however, if it gets out of hand, we have algae blooms, and they can produce toxins. They can be extremely harmful. Lake Traverse tends to get a lot of algae blooms in, July, very, very green, stinky stuff. So that's it for this lecture. So I will talk about animal-like protist and fungi-like protist in a different lecture.